Hey guys, I got a brand new, insanely original slasher at a camp that you're not going to believe when you see it. Let's get into it. What's up guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be doing a spoiler-free review in one take, hopefully, of Marshmallow. Mallow, M-A-L-L-O-W. Marshmallow is a movie that is very, very, very typical on its front. It's a story about a kid who goes to camp, and at camp, he's like the real shy, nerdy kid who gets picked on, and they tell this tale at the campfire about this doctor and how he goes around basically killing everybody in the middle of the night. And of course, the kids are scared by this. One of them in particular, the child that stars in this role, turns out it's actually kind of true. And everybody starts running around and panicking. Now, there's more to the story than that, and this is really all you really need to know about this movie. I will get into other details that won't be spoilerific at all, but as far as the premise of the story, that's all you're gonna get from me, and nothing more. Because this is a movie that you need to see to really fully understand. Now, I wasn't over the moon about this movie, but I was very impressed with where it took me. This is a movie that is doing something so different that I was not expecting it whatsoever. I was getting kind of pissed off because the tropes weren't lining up like they normally do, and they were doing some different things that kind of threw me off the scent, that kind of made me a little irritated at first, and including my girlfriend, who was like, wait, what the fuck? I ended up having to rewatch it because I passed out, but I rewatched it, and holy crap, she's right. The ending is wild. Like, this is not a movie that you're going to be expecting. It is something that you need to see for yourself to see if it's something that you either love or just like. I personally think it's worth watching or renting if you have the money to rent it, but just keep your expectations on, you know, the long game in this movie in particular. The movie is pretty well acted as far as the kids are going. You know, typically kids are a little hard to kind of rein in and like be actors, but these ones are really good. And it sounds shitty to say that about kids, by the way, but trust me, they're actually really good actors in this. Some of the adult like supervision that's there is, you know, doing their typical like, you know, gonna go bang the other one, and you know, all this stuff, while the camp counselor is like overly into it, and you know, they're trying to help kids. There's like a bully element in it. There's like a lot of like crazy stuff that happens to the kids in the movie, and then by the end you're gonna be like, wait, what? Like, what the fuck is going on here? And I don't know, you know, maybe I'm not blown away by this movie, but I still think that it is worth you finding out about it. One of the things I notice about this movie is that it really has a very interesting score that goes along with it, that's really supposed to really engage you and kind of bring you into this sort of vibe and this atmosphere. It has sort of a synthy kind of style, 80s style of music, but it's really vibey, and it kind of works in this movie. At first I was thinking, okay, this is like way overdone. But if you start paying attention to the movie, you'll notice things, obligatory things, that will make more sense by the end of the movie, that you will be like undeniably like, oh, okay, now I get it. Now, Christina was over the moon about it. I was just kind of like, oh, wow. I was not expecting that. And I remember some of my friends went to go see this in the theater, and now it's finally out on like VOD for you to rent. It's doing pretty well. It's actually by a director, Daniel Del Purgatorio, who has done other stuff, but I've never really heard of any of their stuff. And it was written by Andy Greskoviak. I thought it was a really cool idea, something a little bit different, thinking outside the box to kind of do a particularly tried and true sort of storytelling, but then subvert it and change everything about it so that it really surprises the viewer, is kind of a nice experience to have in movies these days, because in a world that we live in, where everything's been there, done that. It's more about, well, how well does it do that? Like, that's been done before. And so this is kind of outdoing that and also doing something unique and original that might be familiar in other movies I've seen this year. But I won't say what that is. Maybe I'll spoil it when we do a spoiler sometime in the future. Also, this director did Tales of the Black Freighter. It was like an animated movie from The Watchmen that they include in like some stuff that you might have seen. But that's pretty much it. This is just like a whole new movie that I think people should really give a chance and check out. I think it's worth a watch. I like some of the elements that they put in here. There is a little bit of blood and stuff, but it's nothing too much. It's just kind of like a nice vibey movie that you can watch. You can kind of get behind this like meek, shy kid, him trying to make friends, and then everything going to absolute crazy town by the end of the movie. You know, there's obviously this doctor that's going around, but man, it's pretty masterful in some of the stuff that it does. It's not like, I don't want to like get your hopes up too much. Like, there are things about it that could be critiqued that they could have done a little bit better. Some of that would be spoilerific, so I don't want to get into too much detail about some of those things, but you get my drift. Just hang in there to the last portion of the film, and I think some of you at least, will have a pretty pleasant outcome. Let's put it that way. But yeah, I know I'm doing this in one take. It's a little rough around the edges. I'm going to do minimal editing on it. So I just wanted to get something up for you guys today. I'm actually working on another couple of like lists. I got my weekly watch list that I've done this week, and I'm still watching one of the movies. So it's just been a lot of work, and I've been having a lot of really bad sleep issues. So it's been very difficult to stay awake. So I'm exhausted. So if any of my videos seem like I'm tired, it's because I'm having, you know, this thing, and I'm okay, so don't worry about it. I just wanted to explain it. But yeah, Marshmallow, check it out. It's up now. It is about $5.99 to rent, and if you don't want to rent it, I'm sure somebody's going to pick it up and put it on their streaming service at some point. I honestly think that you should give it a shot, give it a chance to check out, and see if it's something that might be for you, especially if you like slashers and you like a little something extra kind of thrown in your horror movie, you know, like something that'll give you and make you feel like, hey man, cinema's actually really cool and can do some really neat things, and it's not out of fucking fresh ideas anymore. It can mix some certain ideas into one bucket and come out the other end with something a little bit unique and fun and surprising. And I think that's kind of cool. Even if I don't absolutely think this is a 10 out of 10, I would probably say this is about a 7 to 7.5 out of 10. I need to rewatch this movie again. It was frustrating that I fell asleep on it the first time, so I was a little upset, but I went back, rewatched it. Now I'm behind on everything. So that's why I'm doing this video in one take, or couple of takes, I guess you could say. And I don't know, if you've seen it, let me know. It's out now. Check it out. Come back if you've watched it and you enjoyed it. If you've seen it before, let me know what all of the things that you think about this movie. Before, after, during. I have people write me when they're actually watching the movie, which I fucking love, because it just shows you the excitement in the genre. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Hit the like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, especially for one take. And remember, there's a creature under your bed, in your closet, in the attic, and sometimes in the garage when you don't handle these things, okay, people? But as always, long live the void.